How we doing, boys and girls? Dabs here, Inside Media. I got my boy Hez. Let's talk some baseball. How we doing, folks?
Oh
How
yeah,
you doing this week, guys?
pretty good, pretty good. My Yanks had a solid week. They couldn't pull off any sweeps, but won 2 out of 3 from the Rays and the Orioles, so I'll take it.
That's a good week. Yep, we actually had the same opponents this week. Funny, the Mets also played the Orioles and the Rays. 2 game series with the Orioles. Mets swept, and then just been riddled with injuries from top to bottom. We'll hear more about that here in a sec, but we got swept by the Rays these last 3 days. Was not good. Was not good. But yeah, so I mean, the Mets had a nice little 7 game win streak come to a close, sadly, in a really, really awful way by getting swept. So it could not really have been much worse than that, if I'm being honest with you. But other than that, it's just been the injuries for us. It's been killing us.
Yeah, yeah. And that first game of that Rays series isn't that the game they that I think they walked off or something like 2-1,
I believe they did. Yeah. No, it's 3-2.
three
They
two.
had Glasnow too. Glasnow.
Yeah,
He went 8 innings. Was it 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned, 10 strikeouts? I mean, that's a tough bid for us, especially with the injuries we've had of late. And then the second game, I believe we had Shane McClanahan, and we touched him up a little bit. He went 5 1/3, 6 hits. He gave up 4 earned, but he had 7 Ks. So I mean, we hit him a little bit, but not too much. The problem was, I'm pretty sure we gave up the game. We gave up 16 runs. No, we gave up 12 runs. We lost 12-5 that game. So
Hmm.
you know, can't be winning games and you give up 12 runs. And then to finish it off, we got Josh Fleming, who absolutely shoved against us in the yesterday's game. Went 5 innings, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, no earned runs. So between that, those 3 guys, I mean, Glasnow's going to do what he does, but we're going to have to jump on other like second, third, fourth rotational guys. Like we can't be getting shoved up against like we did against Fleming. But it's a long season. We'll get guys back. This upcoming week, we got the 3 game series against the Braves and another 3 game series against the Marlins. So I think we can at least take 4 games this week. I'm hoping
Yeah,
get back on track.
yeah, absolutely. You got some division opponents coming up, so some big games,
Very big games.
especially with the Braves. I mean, they're more of a competitor than the Marlins.
Yes, but Marlins still have some good pitching here and there, and I
Oh yeah.
know uh, blanking on his name now, but I think it's Aguilar. He's been absolute force for the Marlins this year so far.
Hmm.
But
So, Devs, is there? I know you mentioned there's a bunch of Mets injuries, kind of
yeah,
plaguing the team right now. Is there any
I don't. Yeah,
good
so
news
I
on the
mean,
horizon?
so we're hoping to get some guys back here soon. But I mean, to just go on this list for everybody,
Yeah,
we
let's hear it.
have it's a nice fat list from 2 starting pitchers or 3 starting pitchers right now in Syndergaard with Tommy John, Cookie Carrasco with his hammy, both on the 60-day DL. Cookie should be back here in like a month. Thor's got like another 2, like mid-July-ish. And then DeGrom also just went on the IL. Then we have Betances and Lugo, also who have been on the IL for since the start of the season. And then on top of that, we have Albert Almora Jr., who just ran into the wall about a week or 2 ago. He's been on the 10-day IL. He should be back in a few days, assuming he passes concussion protocol and everything. And then Brandon Nimmo, JD Double Davis, best JD in baseball, Luis Guillerme, Jeff McNeil, and Michael Conforto, all key pieces, all out right now. So
Wow,
yeah, it's a big list.
that is
There's
quite
a
the list.
there's a few other younger random guys that aren't quite as important as them, but we're not gonna worry about them as much.
Yeah,
These guys need to get back soon, so we'd like to see them everyone get back and healthy, but we'll see how it goes. It's a long season. How about your Yankees? How are your Yankees doing?
So, since we're talking about lists of injured players, I'll throw one at you. It's not quite as bad, but the Yankees seems to be growing by the day. And today, day of recording, it was announced a few hours ago they're placing Giancarlo Stanton on the 10-day, the hamstring issue. So he's been out the last couple days. So because of that, they were able to retroactive his DL date to the 14th. So it's as if he's already been on the DL for 3 days. So really, he's eligible to come off a week from today. So it's not terrible, but you got to just hope that when he comes back, it just stinks. He was so hot,
Mm-hmm.
and then for him to get hurt, and this right on the heels of them announcing Aaron Hicks on the 10-day IL, as he's got an injury to his wrist, and it's a very similar injury that Mark Teixeira had back in about 2013, I believe.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
And Teixeira's was bad enough; he had to have season-ending surgery. So that's in the cards for Hicks. They're going to try rehabbing it now, but honestly, if I was a betting man, I'd say Hicks probably gets that surgery.
Yeah, most likely.
So we're
That's
down
tough.
currently down two. I guess Stanton was more the DH, but we're down our center fielder and DH. And we've been out missing our shortstop, Gleyber Torres. Not injured, but the Yankees had a mini COVID outbreak. They had, I believe, six um, coaches, and then Gleyber
Jeez.
Torres tested positive. All of
Oh
them,
my god.
yeah. So that was in Tampa Bay last week. So when the team moved up to Baltimore,
Was in Tampa
Glaber stayed in Tampa and he was quarantining. So I don't know if they've updated. He should be back soon because Glaber was vaccinated and he already had it in December or something. So he had no symptoms, but he kept testing positive. So you can, still give it to somebody else. So had to quarantine. But
Yeah, you can
that's
still
that's at
carry the
least
virus.
that's at least good news. We should be getting him back soon. And report came out today that Runid Odor is also pretty close to coming back. He hit the 10-day IL when he had a collision, not a full on collision, but kind of just like a little awkward collision with the catcher on a play at the plate where the catcher kind of went back into the trying to catch the ball and like went
Mm-hmm.
right into him as he
Yeah.
was trying to step on the plate. So it looked really ugly at the time. I think Yankees and Odor are very fortunate that he didn't like tear his ACL or something. It looked like it could have been real bad. But apparently he'll be back in a few days. And Zach Britton is joining the Double A team, the Somerset Patriots, to start his rehab. So we could be seeing Zach Britton in the Bronx in the next couple of weeks.
Nice, nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, a lot of couple guys hitting the IL, but a couple guys getting close. Also, forgot to mention that Luis Severino, kind of in the same boat as your boy Syndergaard, he's coming back
Yeah.
from that Tommy John, and he
Mm-hmm.
actually threw live BP to Yankees hitters in their complex down in Tampa last week. So that was his first time doing that. So that's a really good sign. And I believe they're still saying like sometime after the All Star break for him. Like I think they're just trying to give him more time in
Yeah.
case it's always better for injuries given a timetable. It's always better to overestimate and then he gets back sooner rather than give aggressive estimate and then he might not be ready for that when that date comes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Cookie should actually be back sooner than. I mean, he was moved to the 60-day IL fairly recently, but
But there's
He should be
various like
back.
there's
Yeah.
loopholes and there's way around like just
Yeah,
because
because he's been on it, and so technically he
right.
retroactively started it, I believe, like a while ago. But regardless, he should be back actually fairly soon, and like I said, I think I said like a month or maybe even sooner than that.
Yeah,
And then,
the reason you do something like that is move somebody who's out long term from a shorter IL to the 60-day is because once he goes to the 60-day, that actually takes him off the 40-man roster.
hmm
So
and that
that
way you can
opens up more flexibility there. You can add another person to your 40-man, which you need to be on the 40-man to be able to get called up to the actual major league roster.
exactly. So
So
overall, makes sense.
yeah, opens up another spot, and it just means when he comes back, they'll have to designate somebody for assignment or trade someone. They're gonna have to free up a roster spot on that 40-man in order to activate him.
Yeah. Hopefully the Mets can just get it going overall. I mean, we can. I mean, they've been a lot of the younger guys have been holding it together, and they've been doing all right. But obviously, Lindor's been still struggling some. He's been getting a little better, but still just it's tough. It's a long season though. Hopefully, they'll get it together. I'm confident. Other than that, let's go Mets.
I don't know
Guess
about
let's go
that.
Yanks,
Let's
but
go Yanks.
Yanks fucking lick. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back next week. Another little update, talking Mets, talking Yanks. Catch you here, Inside Media. Thanks for tuning in. Links below. Don't forget, subscribe and follow. Bang, bang.